Dr. Simon O'Hagan in for our doctor slot this Thursday. Sat next to him, a man who probably fit as a fiddle, without a stone to lose. Damn him. Folks, I do want to talk to Kevin about this latest twist in the Facebook Cambridge Analytica story. Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, the owner, has admitted it is responsible and reasonable to expect that if you had that setting turned on, the default one in the last several years, that somebody probably accessed your public information. Professor Kevin Curran is in from the cybersecurity thing at the Ulster University. Kevin, it's frightening. I mean, but then whatever made us think that they wouldn't be looking at our stuff from day one anyway? Were we stupid?
Not really. Yeah, you're right, because if you're not paying for Facebook, so therefore our information is a product, is what we're paying them with, because the product is free.
We're the product.
Yes, but again, we go to so many sites, and even with Facebook, we forget that actually they've done a new terms of service, so they've been more transparent. And in the old terms of service, they didn't mention Instagram once, which is also a social media site. They own it, but they actually mention it 30 times in the new terms of service, because they say that they can use any posts we do on Instagram, that they can use that to target us on Facebook.
Right.
Now, of course, I mean, so many people wouldn't know that Instagram is bought by Facebook, owned by Facebook, and that anything to do there could be used and gathered by Facebook. So what we want is transparency about what they can do.
You and I are friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
How do I scrape you? I don't understand. This is about how they scrape millions of people's information. I'm on your private page, Kevin, as we speak. How do I get at you?
Now, it's a little different. They've changed a few things. Up until this week, literally, you could search for someone publicly using a phone number or their email address on Facebook. Now they've removed that because they realized, which we known for a while, that third parties were doing that. They were grabbing data sets of people's emails and they were going on Facebook and getting more information. Now they've stopped that.
But what matters about the internet? Is it like hometown? Is it, went to school? What's the personal information that's so valuable? So the age? What?
Well, if we take it with the Cambridge Analytical scandal, where there was used for political parties to be able to target people, there was Alexander Kogan was part of a company which built an app for 290,000 people were paid to use this app. But this was back in 2012.
But to get what information, Kevin? You or I or nobody goes on Facebook every day and going, you know what, aren't the unionists the greatest thing? I'll be voting for you. I'll be voting for Sinn Féin or Alliance. Nobody does that. So how do they use it is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's when you have a large amount of data. When they're able to scan it, they found out from an earlier academic paper was able to see that given 70 likes from someone's profile, you were able to determine with 95% accuracy what race they were, 88% accuracy what sex they were. So you were able, with a number of likes, to be able to determine whether someone was male or female, whether they were black or white.
But who's to say that's not going to say who they're going to vote for?
No, exactly, no. But the thing is, a political party can then come along and target ads. They can build these psychographic profiles, send ads at them, negative ones, for instance, about Hillary Clinton, so they're able to scrape ones and be able to determine if someone was from Haitian origin. Therefore, send negative ads about Hillary Clinton stopping campaign funding for the Haitian disaster which happened there. So that's what they're able to do, is build profiles of users on Facebook and then target ads at them, whether they're positive ads campaigns or negative ones. So in that way, and also because the online campaign spending was not subject to a budget, they were able to do this. So therefore, they were able to use something like Facebook to be able to target people.
I mean, Facebook, I was one of the first in media over here to get tore into Facebook. Do you think there'll come a time we just all go, nah, forget about that, or just, will our Facebook stuff exist forever, Kevin?
I mean, it's hard to usurp them. They've got 2 billion people on the planet, so it's hard to see who will come along after Facebook. But again, now that, with there's new regulations coming in European-wide and May the 25th, which again which are being formed to stop this, where companies have to really tell us what they're doing with their data, what they're collecting for, and not being able to collect data unnecessarily unless it's very, obvious why they need to have a certain amount of information on us. So therefore, they won't be able to do this as much in the future. Large companies like this will face up to a fine of up to 4% of their global revenue. So these are the end days of companies being able to do this and not be as transparent. I'm not saying we won't have future scandals, but it'll be much more difficult for a company to just gather data nilly-willy and be able to use it against us.
Can I tell people what your educational history is on your private Facebook page? So what would Cambridge Analytica do, knowing that you have roots in County Galway? that you're a married person, that
Well,
you're an Ulster University professor.
Yeah.
I'll not say any more. But who cares, Kevin?
Oh, you're
I'm never
right.
going to know who you're going to vote for.
No, for the majority of people. But again, the fact is, again, when you're able to, it's the fact that people didn't know that this was happening. And again, Facebook didn't notify us that third parties could come along and scrape the data and use it for political campaigns. If we do know that in the future and they say, look, do you want your data to be scraped by a third party? Now, you could have turned that off, but how many people went in and turned off data collected by third parties?
I didn't.
Yeah.
So why don't they just do it for us? Why doesn't Zuckerberg just do it for us and make life easy?
Because the whole thing is that their whole entire business model is built around ads, serving ads that are very specific. So third-party brokers come in and say they want to sell ads for a Range Rover, for instance.
Right.
Therefore, Facebook will gather up and they'll tell them what their demographic is. They'll say that they're people who were earning above a certain amount of salary, own their own house, 30 to 40 males. Therefore, Facebook then gather X millions of profiles, send it to them, and then those ads are only sent to people like that fit that profile.
All right, then. I think we just need to all go move to the country and turn the internet off and throw the phones in the... I was going to say in the river. Don't be throwing your phones in a river. That would be silly. Kevin, thank you for that. Professor Kevin Curran there from the Ulster University, Professor of Cyber Security. Folks, finally, I thought we'd just leave you today with a little thought about an anniversary. It was on this day in 1976 that the billionaire recluse Howard Hughes died in Las Vegas, a man who left behind him a fortune of $6 billion. I'll see you all, same time, all been well, same place here on BBC Radio Foyle tomorrow.